Welcome to Lynda's TV show. If it is your first time, you like the channel, you like the program, subscribe and put on your notification bell because it's gonna help you to know when I upload a new video. My viewers, my subscribers, you guys are so amazing, especially those who always tune in to watch me each time I upload. My great people of Biafra, I greet you all. This video you are about to watch right now, these are the Biafra enemies. I sat down and listened to what this man said. I was shedding tears. I was shocked. This man calls himself a doctor, Dr. Mefor. Just sit down, listen to this video from the beginning to the end. I am not promoting evil. I am just presenting this video for you people to see those that is dragging us back. How can an Igbo man open his mouth to speak against Biafra, speak against Eastern security, saying that they should bring Eastern security down, that Eastern security should remain under the level of vigilante? This is what is coming out from Igbo man mouth. These people are the type of elders that will be at home, the goat will die. Yeah, and the nulo look at what he's saying. Just sit down and watch it. I'm presenting this video now for you to see those that is disturbing us, those that is dragging Nnamdi Kanu back, those that betrays us because of what they are getting. Oh God. Anyway, listen to the video, come to the comment section and tell me what you think. But honestly speaking, this is a very big disappointment.
The state of affairs in Imo State, southeast of Nigeria, where a lot has happened in recent times, and our dedicated timeline on insecurity which has been unraveling across Nigeria, as well as trying to look forward to the forthcoming season of partisan politics. We're now being joined by Dr. Law Mefor. Dr. Law Mefor is a forensic and social psychologist. He's also a journalist and a youth mentor, a seasoned writer, and a media management consultant. Dr. Mefor, good to see you again on the morning show. You're welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, my brother Ruben.
Good morning. Thank you. Well, quickly, Imo State. Two incidents in Imo State recently. Now, the violence in Olu and the allegations, or, well, not an allegation, because the governor himself admitted it, that he had to invite the military to come and help keep the peace in Olu. And he's been criticized for this. There are stakeholders in Imo State who claim that why will he invite the military to come and oppress his own people? That's one leg of it. The other major incident in Imo State has been the conflict between the former governor, Okorocha, and the incumbent, Hope Uzodinma. And Okorocha accusing the incumbent governor of victimizing him and using the office to embarrass him. What's your take on these two major incidents in Imo State?
Well, one way or another, I think it is important that this is coming from the same state, the same Imo State. And it has been one state that ought to be exemplary for the Southeast and for the entire country, as a matter of fact. But somehow, contrary is the case. And you can only blame it on what you call, what you may see as a leadership recruitment process. The two incidents, very heartbreaking. First, the issue of military invasion, that's the way they want to call it, military invasion. They are invited by the governor because Hope Uzodinma himself said that he did invite them, and he gave reasons to be the fallout of the NSAS protests, where he listed things that happened, vandalism, killings of even security agents, including soldiers and police. And that is significant. It says that when the matter continued, raping, kidnapping, and all sorts, he saw it as an elongation of the NSAS protest that went awry in Imo as it went in so many other places. And then he said he needed help. He brought in the soldiers to help. And to be honest, as we speak now, one cannot say precisely what happened in Imo. I made inquiries. I found out that the population is divided because even one of the kings, the SS, right, in Olo area issued a statement saying that everything was good and fine. And that corroborates the position of Hope Uzodimma that says that nobody died, only arrests were made. Now, with this scenario, the question is, do we really have to bring in the military to do the operations as they have done? And without warning to the civil population, and all of a sudden they saw military choppers, jets flying over their head, and there may have been some bomb explosions, maybe however distant, maybe to scare off the Eastern Security Network that they believe is trying to erect some camps, and if not checked now, can become a problem for the country. You know, you see, on the surface, the military trying to nip ESBN in the board, you know, in the board, it may be seen as noble.
Well, on that point of nobility,
was that the reason
Dr.
they went in there?
Dr. Mefor, was that the reason? Yes.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Eastern Security Network before we went on that break.
Yes. Yeah. I was trying to put some pieces together to find an explanation and rationale for the invitation of the military by the governor of the state. And I think that the only thing that makes sense to me is that they are trying to stop the digging in and escalation of the activities of Eastern Security Network put in place by Ipob, indigenous peoples of Biafra. And I also want to believe that that is the only explanation available. The military isn't talking. Their public relations department is not up and doing where it comes to things like this to explain away why they take certain actions such as this one. If that is the issue, you will discover that Uzodimma is both right and wrong, if I may want to put it that way. Yes, you don't want to have another Boko Haram brewing in one part of the country. We saw, yes, on weekend, take such a drastic measure during the NSAS and the aftermath, trying to use the military to stop the same process. So to that extent, yes, it's important that the activities of Eastern Security Network is restricted to vigilante operations, keeping the peace, helping the police. I will personally not be party to encouraging Eastern Security Network to be an alternative army, you know, what you call militia. I read in a paper somewhere where they were described as the IPOB militia. I was shocked. It's the last thing we want in the Southeast. What we want is peace. We want to, you know, have the activities of criminals in the Southeast put in check. And I also put the blame at the doorsteps of the Southeast governors who left the lacuna that is now being filled by the Eastern Security Network. If they were up and doing and secured the Southeast, there will be no space for the Eastern Security Network to come in. If the Eastern Security Network of IPOB does not want to face vigilante operations, by all means, it has to be stopped, and stopped now. If what they want to do is armed struggle, as an Igbo man, we will do all we can to stop it now. It's in everybody's interest. We don't need it, to be honest. I am a Biafran, but I don't want sovereign Biafra. I want a restructured Nigeria. And I believe that this is the position of the majority of the Southeasterners. What that means is that our, salvation is, lies in a political and legal process that will give us all we need in Nigeria, our rights. That's what we want. The Igbo man is highly traveled and wouldn't want to be restricted to the Southeast alone if he can find the tough, the wider in a bigger Nigeria. That's what is best. But again, if a Biafra, erupts by default and is imposed on the Igbo man or the Southeasterners, why not? We'll make a nation out of it in a decade, I can assure you. But for now, there is no need for us to begin an armed struggle. That's the point I'm making. So if you use this, you will not see where I'm coming from. I have some sympathy for the action of Hope Uzodimma if what he did is actually meant to stop the ESCM from escalating into an armed struggle. I think that is right. But if he is trying to stop them from helping vigilante operations in the Southeast, I think it's wrong. I also think that the method, is wrong. You frightened the civil population. Yes, we had nobody died. My inquiries haven't actually confirmed that anybody died. And I'm not sure. I can't say what I don't know. But I took steps to see if I could confirm whether or not somebody died in that Olu operation. I couldn't confirm that. So I want to believe that nobody really died. But people were psychologically damaged. When the civil population see military choppers flying over their heads, and maybe, bomb explosion in a distant place meant to scare of whoever, even though nobody died, psychologically it is damaging. So you see, the military ought to have taken the psychological component of their action into consideration. As a social psychologist, I can tell you for free that the people are passing through trauma, and many of them will not be able to get over it in any near future, resulting in what we call post-traumatic stress disorder. It's serious. For some people, it will disrupt their social functioning, which is not what we need.
Dr. Mefor?
That is avoidable.
Dr.
If
Mefor?
only they passed through some channels.
If I may come in here.
Let the people know.
Dr. Mefor, that may have been deliberate. I think everybody knows the psychological effect of choppers flying overhead. This kind of operation, shock and awe, is deliberate and is to cow certain tendencies. And the whole idea of post-traumatic stress disorder suggests that the trauma ends at one point, which is why it's post-traumatic. But Nigeria right now is undergoing a continuous trauma. And really, there's no end in sight at this point. I wanted to ask you, I've heard your perspectives, but in the context, or could you contrast all you have just said with the comments or with the advice of the Minister of Defense, retired Major General Magashi, who says that Nigerians should sort of defend themselves against bandits and not be cowards, which I suppose is what necessitated the ESN in the first case. Can you comment on that, please?
Good. I like the perspective you brought in now. You see, the Minister of Defense was being hypocritical. Yes, self-defense is fundamental. He doesn't even need to tell us. You don't need to sit down there and wait to be killed by an aggressor. So that is why it is a universal right. The right to life is universal, and you need to defend it. It is a personal responsibility to preserve your own life. So whether or not he tells us, people are already taking measures. Let me tell you where I have problem with him. The problem with the prescription of the Minister of Defense, General Magashi, is this. He wants us to defend ourselves, and at the same time, he is pushing to ensure that we can't arm ourselves. Our aggressors are armed with some of the most sophisticated weapons you can find anywhere. if you look at the videos of bandits, you see the kind of guns you haven't seen before, rocket launchers, all sorts. We're not talking about AK-47 here. We are talking about rapid response machine guns that can discharge 100 to 200 bullets at a stretch. And he wants us to defend ourselves against this kind of people using sticks, right? Bare hands. No, it doesn't work that way. The advice is not good for us. He has to take it a notch further. He should be able to allow Nigerians to arm themselves. And better still, he can stop further escalation of banditry, headsmen. I don't want to say Fulani here now because it goes into a kind of ethnic profiling. But headsmen, we have problem with headsmen, and the headsmen we have here are not the Fulanis we knew. I grew up seeing Fulanis. I have friends who are Fulanis. These are not the Fulanis we know. Many of them don't even speak English. They speak French and some Swahili, distant language that is not ours. What that means is that we have allowed infiltration of Nigeria by those who are not part of us. And we have government policies that are asking us to allow the forests to be taken over by these criminals who are not even Nigerians.
Okay, Dr. Mefor.
I listened to Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi.
Okay, Dr. Mefor. I mean,
on another TV station where he said that they are working to settle the Fulanis in Nigeria.
Okay, Dr. Mefor, I want to cut in there. I mean, Dr. Mefor, if you can hear me, I want to cut in there. I mean, great argument.
I can hear you.
You've been able to put forward. But real quickly, I just want to know the political dynamics of Eastern Nigeria leading up to the Anambra elections and leading up to 2023 elections. Are you pro an Igbo presidential candidate? Are you pro an Igbo candidate? What's your political ideology as regards the eastern part of Nigeria? Quickly, I should say.
Two things in your question. Yeah. Anambra election, and then the quest for Nigeria president of Southeast Igbo extraction. I am for both. In fact, I'm leading a campaign now for the installation and realization of Nigeria president of Southeast Igbo extraction, based on the principle of rotation of presidential power. Very fundamental. I'll tell you why it is important for me in my position, going along what I really want in Anambra election. I want rotation and zoning to be retained in Anambra governorship. In fact, there has been a convention that Anambra governorship is going between the three senatorial districts. It started with Anambra South when Governor Chinwoke Mbadedoju became the governor of Anambra State. He was there for one time of four years. Then, of course, Dr. Andy Uba came in for about 19 days. That is what we got from that side. Then Central, Ngige was there for 2.5 years. Peter Obi was there for 8 years. That puts it at about 10 years plus. Then the Anambra North, where the incumbent governor, Obiano, is from, they are there if you assume that Obiano will run out his tenure of 8 years. That you have 8, 10, 4. That's it. So for me, since it started with Anambra South and came to Central, then to North, it should return to Anambra South. Anambra South has to be allowed to produce the next governor of Anambra State. And they have an avalanche of very top politicians, technocrats, politicians. That is where you have men like Professor CHUKWUEZI, Ifeanyi Uba, so many of they are not short of the right materials we need for what is going on now. So, but beyond that, it's very fundamental that we allow rotation to avoid what is happening in Imo. Yes, because the coming of Hope Uzodimma to power was mired by all sorts to the point that the Supreme Court had to declare him a governor. It's an anomaly for the courts to declare a governor. It's the job of INEC. So if you have a situation where you have an all-comers affair in terms of a contest, it's no longer contestation of ideas, it is contestation for power, for its own sake. That is why Imo is where it is today. We don't want that to perpetuate itself in a place like Anambra. Anambra, through rotation of governorship power, has been able to tie up itself into what we may call a one-city state now. Why? Because the governors have been able to develop their areas when in power.
Dr. Mefor?
Yes.
We wish we could spend the whole day on this subject. So much.
Hey, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or first day of coming across my YouTube channel or seeing my face, you are highly welcome. Please willkommen zu meinem Kanal. My name is Lynda CHUKWUEZI. It comes as Miguel. That red button that says subscribe and you turn on the notification bell so that you'll be able to get information on the.
Bis zum nächsten Video und einen schönen Tag. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bis man subscribe to Lynda's TV show. What are you waiting for? Click on that red button that says subscribe. You turn on the notification bell so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Leave your comment down below and share this video with your friends, families, and colleagues until we meet again in my next video. Bye bye.